Hello, welcome to VEDA. Today I'm going to talk about weaning and breastfeeding in general. To wean or not to wean is the question. My baby Luther is almost 12 months old, almost a year old, so close. And my other two babies, Joel and Judah, I nursed them up to the 12-month mark, and then I was done. With Joel, we wanted to get pregnant right away, and I wasn't ovulating. I think I had one period, so I really kind of needed to wean in order to have another baby. So looking back, that was kind of crazy, I think, especially because he was nursing really well. So, and also he got really sick and had some ear infections between age 1 and 2. And looking back, I kind of wish I had nursed him at least up to the 18-month mark. I think it would have helped his health. So I kind of wish I'd done that. Judah, I was actually found out I was pregnant with Luther at the 9.5 month mark, maybe 10. When Judah was 10 months, 9.5 months or 10 months, and my supply dropped immediately. So I had to pump every 2 or 3 days. I ate thousands and thousands of calories. I mean, it was really hard to keep my supply up. Plus, he wasn't interested in nursing from the beginning. He just never loved it. So it was really hard to keep him nursing those last 2 months. But we did it, and once we got to the 12-month mark, done. Okay, Judah, you can be all done. You can get out of your chair. He's coloring right now, and he wanted permission to get out. So that's Judah. It would have been almost impossible to keep going with him. And now I'm with my third baby, who is 12 months old, almost 12 months old, and I just would love to nurse him to 18 months or at least into the 1 year, a little further. 18 months is a goal of mine. I just would love to do that. He and all of my boys have been this way. They've just been once they really get the hang of finger foods, which is around 8 months for them, they just shovel it in. They just gobble it down, and they don't enjoy nursing as much. They don't want to do it. So they do a lot more from the sippy cup water, and that's how they get their calories. And so my supply just completely disappears, and I usually have to, not disappears, but it goes really low. I usually have to force them to continue. Now, it wasn't that way as much with Joel. Like I said, he was a pretty good nurser, but it's definitely that way with Judah, and it's definitely been that way with Luther. He really, even at the 7-month mark, he was just shoving his face with foods. He has a really good grasp, and he was already doing finger foods at that point, and he really just said, forget you. And so these past few months have been kind of a war. I force him to nurse the last 2 feedings, which is just at lunchtime and right before bedtime. He doesn't really want to nurse either one of those, but he does want to nurse in the morning. So I just keep it at 3 just to keep my supply up so that I have something for him. And I think if I went to 2, I would completely dry up. So that's where we're at right now. I would love to wean, mostly for selfish reasons. I feel I know my body, and I know that once I wean, just weight comes off really easily. So I really, really, at this point, would love that, because I've been working really hard, and it's just not coming off easily, that's for sure. So I would enjoy that. But really, that's about it. And there's so many reasons to not do it. They just I think they need that comfort. They're usually going from 2 to 1 nap. They're disobeying, but you really don't know how to discipline yet because they're so young. Do you do timeout? Can you do a spanking at this age? It's just hard. So we have that. Then you have the communication, which is they're starting to talk, but you can't really understand them, and they think you should be able to understand, so they get frustrated. And then the sleep we talked about, and oh, they're like falling all the time. They just like, they're walking, but they're not really good at it, so they fall a lot. Oh, and then getting sick. They get sick a lot. I mean, and I think a lot of that goes away if you nurse longer. So, yeah, selfishly, I'd love to be done at this point, but I think I'm gonna push through at least a little bit longer. And yeah, I think I'll be happy. I always am happy for like a month or two, and then I miss it about 3 months after I'm done. So, like I said with him, if we did the don't ask, don't refuse method, he would just be done. Like, he never really wants it. So, in the morning he wants it, and that's about it. So, I would probably dry up in like 4 days if I did that method. So I'm pretty much forcing him to do it, but I think it's for his own good, and if we can kind of push through, and maybe eventually he'll kind of nurse for comfort. Right now he doesn't really do that. He doesn't like it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, and it's kind of hard to make this decision, but I think I'm going to push through a little bit longer, and hopefully it will pay off in his health and just his overall demeanor. He's a little bit tough when he doesn't have sleep. He gets pretty cranky. So, to wean or not to wean, I guess right now I'm not going to wean. But who knows? Maybe next week I will. We'll see. Thanks for watching.